Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Will David Benavidez accept a fight with Demetrius Andrade? Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Eddie Hearn has recently done an interview with FightHype.com where he states that he's ready to offer David Benavidez the Demetrius Andrade fight after both of these guys' respective next bout. And this is what he said exactly.
The goal is to get Canelo, but that's going to really happen. What's kind of like the next step? Are you going to kind of try to push for a Benavidez fight?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. What we're saying is if that mandatory is not available against Canelo, the WBO and the WBC will agree to a Benavidez against Andrade fight.
And they told you that?
Yeah. And that's, I mean, look, both guys got to accept. Andrade will accept, we accept now. Do you know what I mean? But Benavidez has got to fight Lemieux, he'll win that fight comfortably, and then let's see if he wants to fight Andrade.
So there you have it. Eddie Hearn and his team, as far as Demetrius Andrade, are ready to offer David Benavidez the fight immediately after his next bout, and both of these guys get past their next opponent. That would be the fight everyone would love to see. That's definitely a pay-per-view worthy fight. I applaud that. Now, first of all, I have to start with this. If David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade actually fight and that fight actually happens, I have to say that Demetrius Andrade gets sent straight to hell by David Benavidez within 10 rounds. That's just my personal opinion. I think he's too big, too strong, throws punches in bunches, and he's relentless. I don't see anything Demetrius Andrade could do to stop this guy from coming at him. That's my personal opinion. Secondly, I have to keep that same energy with Demetrius Andrade that I do with everybody else. And the fact that Demetrius Andrade and his team are pushing for this fight, mentioning this fight, wanting this fight, I have to give Demetrius Andrade all the credit in the world, and I applaud him for being free smoke and wanting to fight David Benavidez. I applaud Demetrius Andrade, and I give him all the credit in the world. That's what I like to see from a fighter. That's truly daring to be great, daring to earn their shot. I respect that 100%. Now, the only reason that I have skepticism and doubt that, a guy like David Benavidez, will he sign a contract with Demetrius Andrade, is simply because David Benavidez is a PBC fighter. We know PBC loves to marinate fights. We know a lot of the big fights that we want to see, they don't always happen, especially on the timeline that we want. I mean, we never got the Joshua Wilder fight. We never even seen Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. We've never seen Charlo Benavidez. There's a lot of fights that we still haven't seen just on the PBC side, not even to mention cross-promotionally. We've seen Demetrius Andrade beg for a Jamal Charlo fight for years, and that fight has never even come close to happening. No negotiations has ever seriously taken place. So you see, it's going to be a problem dealing with the PBC. And look, you see that David Benavidez, his next fight is against David Lemieux. That should be an easy fight for David Benavidez. You see Demetrius Andrade has Zach Parker next, a club fighter. That should be an easy fight for Demetrius Andrade. And I think that this makes a lot of sense that both of these guys fighting each other after these interim bouts, simply because they can earn a shot with Canelo Alvarez instead of begging for one. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.